All right, shut it all down. Let's start over. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I don't mind Isabella.
Simguru George here with Simguru Ninja. We're here to show you SP15. In the back, we have Simguru Mannequin.
Simguru Mannequin.
We're going to show you the Moschino stuff pack. It's actually been quite a while since we've released a stuff pack. Just a refresher for all the new people. And for people who have forgotten.
I've forgotten. What is a stuff pack?
So we have expansion packs. These are the big meaty meals that you get. Big, lots of stuff in them. We have game packs. So, those are your hors d'oeuvres, stuff that really get you through.
Some game packs.
But what are stuff packs? Stuff packs are candy. They are the little bits of flavor that we add here and there. They're little morsels.
Little icing on the cake that's The Sims 4.
Yeah, exactly. So these are... well, for those in America, it's like $10, but you look online, you can see where it is.
Mm-hmm,
so this is a normal price stuff pack.
Normal price stuff
pack.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But something special. This one's partnered with Moschino, and we will show you, if you don't know, what Moschino is in a little bit. As you can tell, they made our fabulous clothes here. Simguru Ninja here is all decked out in his normal workwear, and we have.
Simguru Mr. E here.
Oh, hi guys. I didn't see you guys here.
Yeah.
Just casually stepping in.
Yeah.
You may recognize him from the Guru Garages. The
Yeah.
Hunger
Oh,
Games.
yeah. Morgan.
Yeah. So we have a lot of new cast assets, but these are all actually assets that are made by Moschino. They're in the real world. You can buy most of these if you really want to, but we're going to show you that you can get them in the stuff pack, and we'll show you them here as well.
Yeah.
So with that, let's go to the game.
Let's show off this pack.
Hey, Steve, you missed your mark. Should I count down? Hashtag blame Steve.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
All right.
So here, look, we have a new lot here. We're going to do something different than most stuff packs. We're not going to go straight into cast. We're going to show you some of the build and gameplay objects we have.
Look at those windows.
So as George said, this is
my
a
God,
stuff
those
pack.
windows.
It's a collaboration with Moschino. Moschino's a high-end Italian fashion designer. They did release a real-world collection a little while ago that had some pieces you can maybe see in the back here
amazing.
on us. And this pack is all about high fashion and fashion photography. So George made a couple of rooms on his lot here to tell this story.
Yeah. And here on the lot, we have a lot of new games. We have a lot of stuff to show you guys here. So I'm just going to really quickly back out. You can look at this stuff here, and we're going to zoom back in. We'll go over that in a little bit.
Now we are in the Del Sol Valley world from Get Famous, but we really like the views on here, so we thought for your up-and-coming fashion photographer, this is going to have some awesome backdrops.
And although we're in this world, I'll tell you now that everything I've built on this lot comes from either base game or the Moschino stuff pack. So here we go. We have a new career, and this is our photographer. This is Mara.
Hey, I like that sweater. She's looking good.
Yeah,
It looks good in that sweater,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I really like it.
She with this pack, we're giving you guys a new freelancer career. It's the first time we've done this in the stuff pack. And Mara here, she's at the top of her game. She has been doing this for a little bit, has been doing a lot of shoots. As you can see, she built her whole house here based on work. She works hard, she uses the potty, and she eats microwave food. That's all she does in this place.
She has her priorities in order.
Yeah.
Sounds like me.
And who's this with her? This is Alton. Alton is her apprentice. He wants to become a photographer. So he's moved in, he's been a fashion subject for hers for a little bit, and now he's ready to get in the career as well.
I really like Mara's hair.
Yeah, that is one of our new hairs. As you can see, she's also wearing one of our new earrings.
Rocking the Bob earrings.
Yeah. Which
like Bob back here is rocking.
Bob is doing that, yeah. So you can see when we built this house, we've used a lot of our new build assets here. We have a welcome area in here. I absolutely love the colors in this pack. This pack is not so much about the suburbs. This is all about like those flashy lofts that you expect a big artist to have. This is, obviously bright yellow. We have these nice angled colors over here. Nice art.
I love the art in this. Big shout out to our art director Cheyenne. She really nailed it out of the park here. She was really trying to create that kind of industrial photo studio vibe. And I'm absolutely loving the build mode items that we're getting in this pack.
Yeah. Here's another waiting area here. We've gone with the turquoise motif here.
Those windows,
You
I'm
may have
literally
seen
dead.
this
I
in
love that
Cindy
bookshelf.
Ninja's,
I love
Twitter
this
feed.
blue
We
color.
showed off this view before. See, we have big.
I love that the window is open.
Everyone's been loving this.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked the windows. They all called them out.
The windows
never do these windows again.
Never do these windows.
Those windows are all right, but come on, the big reveal here. That bookshelf. You guys see that bookshelf? Come on.
This bookshelf.
Look at that.
I do like the
I love this
bookshelf.
bookshelf.
I love the
Those are so nice,
records
right?
on the bookshelf.
You got a little lamp up there.
Little records.
Yeah.
records
For
are the best thing,
90% of chat right now, records are these big circular devices that used to go on a machine to play.
Who knows what a record is?
They're like big CDs.
I'm gonna go into build real quick. So you guys keep talking about this. I'm gonna show off some of the colors we have here.
So like for 50% of chat, CDs are like little mini records that also go on a device that used to play music.
Ninja throwing the shade. Wow.
We have these nice couches. Oh, I love these. So I don't think we've shown off the color variants of these yet. But if you look at the windows, you get the standard windows, but then you got some of these really bright, beautiful
I really
colors
like this
here.
red and black. Yeah, that's
The colors,
Yeah.
the shadows coming through. I love it so much. I love
You
it
got
so
the
much.
Open and closed version here.
you can really get that loft studio feel with these windows. Like
Yes.
you really can.
Yeah.
I really like it a lot. And with that natural lighting.
I want to
too,
know how
so
they
that,
open. If it's a
using
setting
these
on the
big windows,
window,
you can
or
also
if
get
each
pictures
window
of the
has an
allows
open
you
and
to get
closed
natural light
option.
If you don't want to use your studio lights,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's been some really cool arrangements where you can put those the non-curved windows
trying
on
to
the
eat my
bottom,
food
and
if
on
you're
top
wondering
of
what
that,
she's
put the
doing up
curved
here.
windows. You can get some really cool shapes.
Yeah.
Again, just like hits that industrial vibe really, really hard.
We've got stacks of deco objects, magazines
trying to eat my
for your
food.
people to watch. I keep talking about this. This is my favorite little deco object, the librarian here. Everyone's laughing at me.
Oh, and the bear
librarian
has
is awesome.
glasses.
I like
Oh
them
my
hot
god.
pink. Yeah, there we go.
Man, so funny.
Very funny. We got a new couch set here.
So I like these chairs.
Oh, I like some here. I'm gonna go straight to the.
I like the
back.
plaid.
There's some great textures on these ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think there's a really
These are
good
bold.
mix.
These
Yeah,
are
there's
really
there's a
bold.
good mix of like solid colors. You know, not every build, not every
The
room you're
pink.
gonna want these
Houndstooth.
bright,
Oh my
bright,
God, the
really
pink houndstooth
crazy,
is
you know,
so
designs on
pretty.
it. So I do really appreciate those.
And the
kind
nice
of, like,
white and black.
basic
Thank
color
you for doing
swatches.
white and black and
But-
pink.
Well, beyond that, I
The
really
essentials,
do
white,
get excited
black,
by some of
pink.
the kind of like
Flashier
And a
stuff.
hot pink.
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome.
So
Okay, I'm
I
happy.
think
I'm a
just like
mermaid.
even the clothing here,
Hi,
your
Sofa,
furniture
thank you.
is an art piece that you would show off. Like you walk into a room, there's no way you're not going to notice these couches. Like they just draw your eye. and that's what
Ah,
they
Yeah,
hot
I like the
pink and
glass
light
top
pink.
pieces on that, and also the little corner table there.
Yeah.
If you zoom in, you can see there's like a little glass piece on top there.
Oh yeah, you can just barely see it, but it's there.
Have fun, Eliza.
Cool.
I'm digging it.
do. You got a new sort of end table to park
I like that table.
all
It's a
the
nice
items
shape.
you want on top of.
Oh, it's pink.
Now I'm a big fan of clutter. Like I love like this room right now is pretty pristine. If this was like my house, I'd probably have a lot more clutter in it. That's why like I'm super excited by the magazine pile.
Yeah.
Like it's a small thing, but I really like having that.
I'm really excited
and
about the
there's some really
magazine
cool
pile, too.
variants on that one as well. So if you want to kind of like switch the cover around, you know, you can get a few different kind of looks in here. It's not going to always be the
I
exact
love
same
it.
cover every time.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. That magazine
Yeah, yeah.
and that bookshelf
Nice.
and those windows alone are enough to make this pack for me.
Somebody was asking if the scary gnome is part of the bookshelf.
That's
What's
a
that?
I believe
No,
we
he's Space
believe
just
Game.
put it there
Dave
for
put
fun.
it here on
Yeah.
purpose. He wanted to mess with the audience.
Yeah.
So you can see.
It would go
there's-
nice
there's
with Get
plenty-
Famous,
plenty
yeah.
of little spaces you can go here.
I know we're very lucky
I
they put
actually
stuff for the
love this
builders.
piece, too.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
Cheap and right off, people say.
yeah. Okay.
I feel this up.
I love you, honey. Thank you so much for your love and
I like
support.
the way this thing looks. Like,
Yeah.
It's cool. The color variants on it is really cool.
Yeah, and
Hi,
what's
Tiffany.
it for? It's just art. It's there.
Art.
It's a great backdrop for.
Ooh,
photos
did you
if
see the
can
blue,
get
yellow,
there.
and white? That was so pretty.
I'm a little more partial
I
to
love
the,
UK.
the neon
1, 2,
one.
3, plop.
I really like
Mwah.
that. Again, like hitting that kind of like industrial vibe.
Oh yeah, this is only it's all light. Sorry,
One light.
I think you already set your color, but
And people were definitely asking from the trailer that went out a few days ago, is the little like chat bubble thing, is that just a wall deco or is it a mirror? So I think you can see here in the shot, it is definitely a mirror, which is pretty cool.
I love that
It's
mirror.
a different type of mirror. I like it because you can also use it in your kids' room. Like,
we're vampires.
It's sitting lower too. Normally the windows or the mirrors are so high.
it's got that kind of comic book feel to it too.
Maybe Sarah.
Kind of partial to the comic book thing.
Yeah. I think I saw a question that does it change shape? No, it just changes colors. you get the one sort of chat bubble here in all the colors you want.
Pink, blue, purple. Pink, blue, purple.
Lime green.
Pink, blue, purple. I'm shocked to see those colors in this pack.
But let's pull back out here because this goes into a lot more of what we want to do as well.
All right, so we're in our business
Clothing
area.
racks.
Yeah.
The
So I
clothing
set
racks.
this up with Mara when she was just a photographer. She does a lot of work here. So we set up a studio. This is the main place where she does her work. We got tall ceilings, so I'm using these really fancy new lights we have.
Dude, I love these lights. These lights, one of my favorite things about it.
Kind of
Seriously,
like
you
lay
can put
out.
them anywhere.
Yeah. There are different heights. These lights are
All I see
something
is
that
pink.
will draw your eye as well. It's fantastic.
We don't have a lot of lights like these,
Yeah.
these dangling like multi-lights, so I really like them.
And the different sizes definitely help out, especially when you do
different size
Those are
size
pretty
wall
cool.
heights.
I
I
could
set up a
probably.
dressing area
see
for her
myself using
subjects to come
those.
in if they want to come in and change their clothes.
And you can actually change your
I know.
clothes
I've been
on it,
waiting
right?
for a proper clothing rack
turns out
forever.
that-
The only one we have now has
Yeah,
plastic
definitely
over it.
color
Now we
lines,
could
yeah.
actually make real
As you can
closets
see,
with these.
just a nice place for people. I gave them some privacy. I actually really love these screens.
The dividers, yeah. I
They're
like
just
the dividers.
dividers for what you need, but you
I like
can go in.
those.
There's, let me show the color variants there. There's a lot of them. They double as dividers. The double again. Everything we created, we wanted to make sure it could also be a good backdrop for your Sims and taking photos.
Oh, that's smart. I like the
Notice
polka
he sliced up
dots.
that librarian there too.
Okay, that's
do.
his favorite. That's his favorite object
You
from
just
this
can't let it
pack.
go,
He
man.
loves. He
Can't
loves
let
it.
it go. Yeah. Although I think I'm going to go with my favorite.
Oh
color.
yeah, that's more artsy.
Yeah, I just love the pink and pink.
And I like
It
that, but
works
like
out
honestly, that
really
wardrobe
well.
in the back, that's
yeah.
what gets me excited. I think we've only done one other wardrobe
Probably
before,
not
which was
Sarah.
in Get Famous.
Right.
But even with that one, that was like a little bit more like brand new clothes, or somebody sent you those clothes to try on because you're a famous person.
Yeah.
And this is like a little bit more like in the
Downgraded,
closet.
right?
Yeah.
They probably still care about their shoes. They still care about their fashion. But I think we're
Oh,
going
the
to see
plaid
this
dress.
in
Look
a
at the cute
lot
little
of
plaid. Oh my
things.
god.
I think
Yeah,
The
full-
polka dot
gravitate
dress. Those
towards
are really
this.
good
You can
patterns.
tell
The
we
yellow
really
one gives me
leaned into the
clueless
idea of
vibes.
the fashion photographer and like really making it available so you can build that space and tell that story of someone coming up as a fashion photographer.
Oh,
These
yeah.
fit that, right? Like this is believable to find on a fashion studio wall.
Yeah. Small little fun piece here. These are just deco objects, but they make your guitar feel like it can actually be amplified, which is fantastic.
Interesting.
I'll show that off. You got some more art on the wall over here. Art. It is art. But
Oh,
really,
those are fun.
what
For a
this is
nice
set up for-
modern
oh,
house, those are
yeah,
super
no one
fun.
notice my pink lights. But
Oh,
I
I
really
like
like
Pink
that.
lights.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll
Are
go
you
back
more
over here.
excited
We'll
now that you
get
saw the
to
build stuff? I
gallery
am.
Later. So, speaking of art, you can put up art on the wall, or you can create your own. And we're
How
going to
would
do
you
that.
do that,
Yeah.
George?
So I've mentioned many times. So she is already a photographer. So let's get her a gig. If you know the freelancer careers, they are gig-based careers. So that means once you sign up for them, you have to go in and check for gigs. And well, she's at the top of her game. So she has all these unlocked. She can go in for the high end, like level
So
5.
she's a level
careers
5
one.
photographer,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah. She can
Nice.
do finding the style. She can work with fashion influencers, or she can just do individual poses. But she's given a lot of leeway in what she wants to choose to do and work for. So what did you guys say? We want to do finding the style?
I don't know. Any
Yeah, it's
requests?
freelance career.
Requested. I mean, I like finding the style. It involves a style influencer. You guys also remember there was a patch at one point for the style influencer career. So
Yeah.
this actually involves using the style influencer career sims that are in your game.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
I've selected that gig, and now as you can see, I have 3 tasks. Chat with the style influencer, take a photo of Sims in formal wear, and then meet with the style influencer. So, Joel, you worked on this a lot.
Yes, quite a bit.
How do we get to the style influencer?
So we have to find a style influencer, and like everything in our game, one of the easiest ways, go right to the PC. The computer seems to have all of our contact for everything, so there should be a new freelancer pie menu on it.
It should still be
And
fun,
underneath that,
Sean.
You should see a chat with style influencer.
Sean, you got your pink pearl. I didn't even notice. Oh my god, pink pearl, Sean.
Fame, then you'll probably have the one that comes with it, which is Izzy. You might know the sim from, what is it, Sims Mobile, I think?
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty
He's
famous
fabulous.
sim. Pretty famous sim. And he wants to talk with you and fill you in on the local scene of what's going on in the fashion world.
So we have a few freelancer careers already. In fact, we have several different career types. We have rabbit hole careers, we have active careers that we didn't get to work, we have freelancer careers, we have part-time rabbit hole careers. Really felt like the freelancer career was the career type that lent itself well to this type of gameplay.
Right.
You know, work on your own pace, work as much as you want, as little as you want, gain contacts, you're your own boss, you determine when you're going to work.
Totally. When you're talking about, especially an art-based skill like this, like you want to do things on your time, right? And you want to get paid when you're ready to get paid, wherever you're at, not on someone else's dime and on someone else's time, right?
Yeah. Now, Izzy talked to me through the computer in this case, so he just said he wants to see what I can do, as you can see over here.
All right. So then your next thing should be what? Your take photo of Sims
I need to take
Informal?
a photo of Sims Informal wear. But you know what? Over here, Alton, he's a little tired. And you know what? I don't really like his formal wear. In fact, I don't like him for this shoot. He is not in my vision. So, I want to choose, but that's fine.
Sassy
It is hard,
photographer.
right? I want to hire myself a photo subject. So, if you guys, not many people pick this up in the trailer, but there's this little mark right here.
It's so obvious. How could you miss that?
It's so tiny, right?
Are we going to start counting the gameplay objects? Because I mentioned this on Twitter, and people, I don't think they really understood how many gameplay objects were in this stuff. Appropriately, we stuffed a lot of stuff in this stuff pack.
This is a lot of
And
stuff
this
for a
is,
stuff
I'll say,
pack,
probably the
for
first gameplay object.
sure.
What is it? The anchor object? Fashion marker?
It's the fashion mark. And you know what everyone wants to know is how many colors it comes in.
No.
There you go.
3.
Tape.
I really like that black on black. That really like
really high
camo's in there.
But we'll get. So I'm going to hire a fashion subject real quick. So what Mara's going to do is she's going to call up a fashion subject from an agency. Now they're going to send over a random person.
It's not big enough for a game pack, but it's definitely a lot for a stuff pack.
We're just going to go with whoever shows up. We'll just say, where's that subject should come in?
Should have sent a message to you, I think, when she got here. I'm ready for my close-up.
Is this Mortimer?
It's
Mortimer.
Oh,
it's Dawn. Mortimer.
Oh, nice model.
Oh, okay. So this is my
Perfect
fashion
subject.
Well, you know, thanks for coming
He's
over.
got
Mortimer.
good formal wear.
Are we going to leave him in that outfit?
No, this is terrible.
Okay.
This is a terrible outfit.
All right.
And
It's a little
so-
dated. It's about 5 years old now.
And this is why I didn't want to start in cast, because I want to show you guys that when you choose a fashion subject here, and say I'm doing high fashion, and no offense to Mortimer here, but this is his everyday wear. So I'm going to click on him. I'm going to find, again, my freelancer option here, and I'm going to, where's the plan is outfits?
There you go. Plan out.
Oh, that's so
And we're going to
cool.
bring him into cast here real quick.
What was that show off photos interaction?
I wonder if you
Show
could
off
change
photos.
anybody's
We'll
clothes,
do
or
that
if they
later.
just have to be
All right.
hired
So
first.
again, stuff back
Hey,
around fashion.
new load screen.
Maybe we should show.
Nice.
Show off some fashion.
Nice.
So again,
Yeah, Amanda.
tell you guys about Moschino. Like again, high-end Italian fashion wear. Like
I want to
these
see
are
Mortimer in
high-end,
high-end
super
Italian
So you guys, this
fashion
is the stuff you guys see in like New York City
I need to see
runway
those.
and Fashion Week and stuff. Outfits like this, they are art. And I say that in like, they're not everyone's cup of tea, but when people wear them, it's like showing off a fancy painting you did. Like, they're supposed to be bold and big. People are supposed to notice you walking down the street. Like, a certain person plays this. If you're telling a story of a sim who's like really out there, really wants to like, you know,
That does not look good on
increase
him.
their fame or do anything like that, these are great choices. There's a full body outfit. Everyone's been talking about this one. Like, I can tell you, this is in the real world. You can like go on Vogue.com and see pictures of this. There's only one of them in the world. But
He
now
looks
you
so
can get it even
awkward.
bigger.
I really think this
Shoes
is
are
cool.
going
Like,
with it, but otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, I like it.
We did add a few shoots.
I think we added
So
one.
you're actually hitting on one of the inherent challenges
Freddie Mercury.
of this stuff pack.
A little.
You know, high fashion, runway fashion. Sometimes those, you know, couture
It reminds
pieces
me,
can
the outfit
be
reminds me of Michael
a
Jackson.
little over the top. It's almost like a concept car.
Right.
It's not really meant to be driven on the street.
Like
It's
this.
meant to show off your real kind of high fashion mark. So, you know, do I expect my walk by townies to be walking
the
by and
jacket.
constantly? No, I expect to see this pretty rarely. I want to target this
Yeah.
to very specific cases. So there was definitely
Not
a challenge
together.
in this pack.
Yeah, not together.
What Moschino assets will we support? And I think as you kind of poke around in CAS, and I know, next week when the pack comes out and we'll see a lot of, videos from our favorite Sims players.
I'm
they're
shocked
going to
that
cover
only
all
comes
of
in
this
2
in depth.
colors.
But I think we hit a really good balance between
I'm shocked.
a couple of, runway, over-the-top, high visibility pieces, and then a lot of wearable items that you could actually, see your sim in your everyday wear.
And
I wish there was a
what I
white,
really
a
like about it is
blue,
not only did
a
the
purple.
clothing selection is fantastic, it is terrific, but not only that, but none of the gameplay relies on any of it. So the whole freelance fashion career, the photographer career, doesn't rely on you having to use those Moschino assets. We're just asking for a formal outfit. You can make that formal outfit whatever you want. So you're not bound by absolutely having to use these assets if they're not your cup of tea. I happen to really like a lot of them. So
what I love is when I showed this off, how many people in our community actually told me they wanted to buy this? Like they knew about this jacket in particular much earlier than I had known about it.
There's a sweatshirt in here that I really like.
I mean, it's okay.
You think?
On that jacket, I want that black leather jacket. That's like...
Yeah, which is good. I'm pairing it with it because I chose the black pants. I think
Oh, the pom poms come in different colors.
Color.
That's really cool. I'm gonna use those a lot.
I just wanted to show these off. We have
I ever make a
accessories.
sim ever.
We have tops, bottoms, full outfits, male and female. We have. I'm gonna do this as well, real quick. I'm gonna change his hair. I think he needs.
All right, Don, time for a makeover.
I think he needs some of our new Moschino hairs.
Moschino.
Oh, there is new guys
So I alluded
here.
earlier that, we're probably not going to
that's
see
kinda
this
cool.
on our walk-bys, and there was a question in chat of how is that kind of controlled? So just a little insight into the
Look
dev
at him with the
process.
long
So we go through and we tag all of the cast pieces.
No, I
and,
pretty much
and
randomly
we kind of tag them
generate
with
sims.
styles and combinatory allowances. So we do our best to kind of
Morgan,
make
that
sure
would
the
be
clothes that
great.
get paired together and that you see on NPCs actually make sense. Sometimes we are better at it than others.
I like this.
I
the
think we're going
curly
to
hair
add
looks
in
good.
an eyeball ring for every finger.
Yeah, that's what
and put those
most
on
requested.
I like the
eyeball,
curly hair.
eyeball ring, right?
But we definitely did our due diligence on this pack and spent a lot of time making sure that the tagging would lend itself well to your as the player expectations.
Yeah.
So you can tell us if we were successful or not, but I think we actually did a pretty good job here.
Yeah. Now there's more cast items in there. We didn't even get to the female outfits, which there are more of than the male outfits.
There's so much gameplay we got to get to, you guys.
But I know your favorite.
I feel like we
influencer
could have got
and,
such cool,
streamer is
quirky
definitely
men
gonna be going
stuff.
over all
We
of
have
these.
so
I'll
much
add
women
in
stuff
game.
already.
Our trailer
This
showed
would have
off
been
some
a
of the
great
cast and
opportunity
some
to
of the
use
build,
cool
but it
men
didn't
stuff.
really show off a lot of the gameplay. So that's I think that's our primary focus today is actually showing off this career and some of the new camera functionality.
So let's get into that. So as you can see here, we have a tripod, and on it is a camera. This is a brand new camera, but I'm going to put this in my inventory. You can put any of the cameras you have, whether you got it in Sulani or you got it in base game or you got it here. I know Alton over here, he showed up with his point and click. Oh no, he doesn't even have it anymore. He got rid of it. But he can add his camera, put that on here, take pictures from over here.
Also show it's live draggable.
It
This
is
tripod
live
is not attached to anything. It's not attached to any backdrops, not attached to any lights. You can live drag this thing anywhere you want. Not only that, guess what? Throw that in your inventory.
Yeah. So you can just pop it in. You can take it with
That's
you wherever
really
you want.
cool.
Oh shoot!
Put it out, move it around.
I'm glad they
This
did that.
Opens up a little bit more freedom with.
I
what
think
you
some
can
people
do.
This is
would
one
have
of
been
the
upset if you
main,
couldn't put that
main
in your
differences
inventory.
between a similar object that was on Get to Work, which was the photo studio, and that kind of came out as one big drape with attached lights and an attached tripod. That was one object that moved together. There was no way to kind of break those things up.
Right.
So now we actually have broken those things up. All of these are independent parts now, and I love the fact not only is it live draggable, but it's inventoryable. So I could take that tripod, I could put it in my inventory, I can go out to all of the best picture spots and start using that to capture amazing pictures.
So just so you guys know, I do a lot of photography in my own time. So I had a lot of requests for this feature, and I had a lot of things I wanted
that's
to
Sim
change
Guru
with
George. I
photography.
didn't catch
So
that
a lot
earlier.
of that is reflected here. You can see this backdrop. You can set this up. These lights,
I'm
you
pretty
can
sure that's
move them
Sim Guru
around. You
George.
can change their color. They're very intense, and they're
Which,
made
by the way, is
for,
Dadarky's
did I
name.
actually,
Dadarky's name is George.
Work as you would expect photography lights to work.
They would expect as much as I would think floodlights and spotlights like this would. Yes, actually, like the ones we have in this room right now.
That backdrop, though,
yeah, there's some
I don't
variants on
think
here.
that's an actual Moschino asset.
Like
George.
it's a good backdrop, but like we could do better than
We
that.
could
Yeah.
do better, right? Like,
So-
come on, guys.
There is that. Yes. So I think everybody has seen this backdrop in the trailer, right? But they've seen this other thing, which I don't know if they realized was in there. So let's get rid of this. And
Oh.
you know what? We'll just do it round. There we
Oh my
go.
God, they're up in
What
their
is this?
game.
This is what I like to call
Oh.
cubicle wall gray.
Cubicle wall gray. I love it. And it literally describes
There's your
what
green
cubicle
Now,
screen.
I really actually
then.
like how these two objects kind of like connect
Yeah.
together. They scale really well. You can make a long wall.
all the way enclosure.
I
Wow,
I
I
would
love
never
that they
do that. I
snap
would
together.
never make an enclosure that my sim can't get out of. That
fun.
seems
Yeah, yeah.
like not something.
This is going to
that
be
they would do.
altering, life
But
altering.
you know, being a photographer in real life, the last thing I want to do is be limited to cubicle wall gray.
Yeah,
So
that's not.
we added all
useful.
these. We've added a bunch of different backgrounds.
Cotton
And
candy,
so
I
you
love
get more of
it.
this. It goes around. You want to do the red carpet? Maybe that's what you're doing, right?
But this is not just a normal backdrop,
Yeah.
right?
But when you unpause, they all have little effects on them. And they
That
all
is
either
pretty
move or have
amazing.
flashes, or they do something special.
I'm actually super
So-
impressed.
I'm curious what everyone's going to do here, but let's do his
But I
red
mean, it
carpet
can't
shot.
look like it's it's animating, but like if you put 3 of those forest, or if you put 3 of the same backdrop, are they actually going to look good together?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
look. Everything comes over. You see the little octopuses.
Oh my
One of the
God, they
big,
look like little
pros of this
Space
package,
Invaders.
Again, making it for you to customize, and like these backdrops are a perfect example of that. They move, so when
Wow.
you're taking pictures using these backdrops, just in essence of those backdrops moving, you're always going to get something different. You're not always going to get the same looking scene.
I wanna
You're
see
always gonna have
rainbow.
a different backdrop even. I think that's really key because you're going to be doing this a lot.
Yeah. So let's go on to even more changes here. So I'm going to do something here. Let me
I
just
honestly thought
turn
this
it
whole
off.
pack was going to be
it's in this
closed
room.
and maybe like give us a couple
Turn
side
this
tables
light
and rugs.
on.
I'm super impressed.
Again, I'm turning
impressed.
Oh, the set is lit.
It's lit, everybody.
Right, Bonnie?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I turned
Oh,
off.
you messed
Turn
up
off
everything.
this room. Turn on this light.
There you go.
See, it's a big, like, wide
Yeah.
floodlight. This is more of a spotlight. Turn on.
I'm not sure if they are, Alice. They
this
should
light.
be.
So you get these key lights. You can
Tara,
get,
you're
like,
a
the
photographer.
frame.
Nice.
You can really work the light on this one.
You can really get a different lighting for
Yeah.
everything.
So-
it's really cool. I like it.
Oh, so I see a lot of new interactions on this tripod.
There's a lot.
So this tripod is kind of magical. George, what else does this tripod do?
So this is a great thing. So no matter your skill level, if you save up and buy this tripod, and then you put your camera on it, you will never have blurry photos.
Any camera?
Any camera.
But how? So no gnome pictures, no
gnome
thumbprint
pictures?
prints. Even if I'm like level 1 photography with
Yes.
the cruddiest camera,
You could be level 1 skill photographer.
this tripod
This
is just
tripod
is
basically like
amazing.
an auto level up for me.
I don't know if you've ever taken pictures in real life, but a tripod is sometimes really that magical. The steadiness
Yeah,
of it really
buddy.
does improve your photos.
I don't see this being used very often. People definitely like the blurry
Oh, yeah.
photographs.
I don't know why
They
you'd wanna
like the
skip any of
gnomes
that,
in their
but-
picture. I haven't seen any complaints about that.
Never.
This is
no one
so
loves, everyone loves
cool.
it. But
Yeah.
if you don't, we just decided to offer you a way around it, just in case.
Yeah. So let me go through a few of the features here because I've asked for a lot of changes. Joel's put in a lot of changes. A lot of people have done a lot of work. So previously, what you had is you had filters. You could change the sizes with advanced cameras, and you could rotate.
You still
Just
have
like
it.
this. You
got all
still
that.
have it. You have all that
That's
stuff.
cool.
But we've added new stuff.
A lot
And
of
I
new
think
stuff.
this camera can zoom in further. It can zoom farther back. So you can put that
Nice.
in there. But we've also done something fantastic, which is we've unlocked it. So you can now move all around your subject. Like, say the pose is great from here. As you can see, I want to get a side shot of him. This is a side profile.
Hallelujah.
There we go.
This was key
Hallelujah.
for me.
Hallelujah.
Every
Hallelujah.
time I go take a picture of a sim and I can't use tab camera controls,
Yes.
it drives me.
That was always the most
The
annoying thing about
rotation
taking
was
pictures
always, like, a
before.
big limitation, and then like sometimes I want to like angle down or actually look up.
Yeah.
Is that something we could do?
Like Mortimer, he's got a decent sized nose. So let's.
That was one of my
let's
biggest
highlight
gripes with other
So,
camera
I'd
before.
really
I
love
had
you
to
guys
keep
to
moving
be
my
like,
Yeah,
sim.
the Mortimer knows.
And so, like,
everything different, right? Like you can't really do that with the existing camera system, but with this, suddenly that same pose, you can take 10 different pictures from different angles, and it will always look different and it'll always feel different.
And you actually just hit upon another.
I just want a whole wall of photos
if you just
now.
have if you're using your cell phone camera, if you're using a camera out of your inventory, you're actually limited to 5 pictures at once before it kind of cuts you out of this UI. So using that tripod, we actually give you a little bit more. You can take 10 pictures in one setting before you have to re-queue it up.
Yeah, and
Thank you
we
for the
actually
clip,
gave you guys a
Yoni.
lot of this in the free update. You'll see that you can, you can now.
I know it's part of the
take these,
feature
like,
of your
larger
face.
photos, but this is also there if you guys haven't noticed. But here is something we've added. You can now change your poses. Before you would have to leave your game to get this, or you have to leave the photo mode. But now I can get Mortimer to go through all of his poses. So I didn't like that
Water
dorky one
Knight.
he wants. I want a fashion pose.
Wow.
Turn this off. I can
Wow.
now select the fashion category, and I can rotate through fashion poses. Oh, sorry.
So is there just like one pose per category?
Oh,
No.
what do we look like? You think we're gonna
answer
chump
that.
change it and just give you short? No. There is, I think, bare minimum 3 poses in each category. I don't know if George wants to go over each individual category. So
I think we will.
we tried to group these as best as we can with the existing moods. Some of the moods go into.
I guess they had to
some
make up for
existing
my first
categories.
stuff, even though I loved it.
This will randomize between all the poses you possibly have.
Awesome.
And now we have excited.
Excited?
This is
filter
game
off
changing
ice
for
cream.
YouTubers because think of all
Mortimer,
the
man, you are an
thumbnails
excited
we
man.
will now
Yeah.
be able to
These,
make.
they really go for it. Let's go through a couple of these
This is
excited poses.
life changing for thumbnail creators.
So now you can really get the shot you want.
Because, you know,
Oh, I
one
love
pose
those
for one
poses.
category is just not enough. Like,
I love
you want
these.
to have some balance and variance, so 3 seemed like the ideal number.
So some of these poses, as you know, are you've seen them come up in your pictures before, but some of these poses are brand new to the Moschino pack. So we get the flirty hair.
Ooh, let's see a flirty pose.
Yeah.
Looking smooth,
There
Mortimer.
you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, I always struggle with
Oh,
thumbnails, so this
randomized.
is gonna make
It's
it so
going
much
back to
easier.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool. That's
Well, yeah, if you're relaxed.
I love
pretty
that.
chill.
pretty chill. That's
Yeah.
pretty chill. Same one. Oh,
Thoughtful.
So this is awesome. So now, like within picture taking, I can now pose a
I love you,
single
Allison.
sim.
I'm sending you
Yeah,
all my
correct.
love. Stay
That's
calm,
awesome.
sweetie. Stay calm,
It
Allison.
is
We'll see
one
you
of the
later. We'll
things
see you
that
Monday.
I hated doing when I was taking pictures and always having to back out and back in, back out, back in. And it's like
I
you
think
mentioned earlier,
3
same thing with the amount of
people.
photos. Like, adding all this variance, if you were stuck with only 5 photos, you would get through those ridiculously quickly.
Goofy.
Because
Oh,
you're taking so many. You're just taking so many now.
So
Oh, that's cute.
posing limited to one sim?
You know, I don't think posing is limited to one sim.
No,
I don't even
no.
think taking pictures is limited to
Yeah,
one
so
sim.
let's back to let's call Alton over here real quick. So I'm gonna throw down a
Listening.
pose here.
So we've added
Now you don't need to use this mark if you don't want to. This is just so I can get some more distance between the camera and my sims if I want.
So the mark is there for you to get. I kind of consider the stage mark an expert level photography tool. It's for you to literally direct where every individual sim in the photo you want them to stand at. So if you want that very nuanced ability, that's what that's for. So that way you can say, I really want this sim standing here for this picture.
So I see on the tripod there's actually kind of a couple of different interactions. One is, take picture of,
And now I
which
can select the 2 sims.
I can target anybody on the lot. They don't even have to be standing on the marks.
Right.
I can, and you'll see they
You'll
actually
see
get
they
off
will
the marks and
get
kind of move
front
into
of
a
the-
position.
Yes, exactly.
But I can also do take picture of sim on marks
And that would just show
and
up.
target them, and they stay exactly where we put them.
Yeah, and that will only show up with the ones that are currently standing on a mark.
How many?
So you would ideally put the stage mark down, ask them to pose on the stage mark, and then go to the tripod and say, take pictures of sims on stage mark.
I love
That will then pop up a picker with all those sims in it. And that gives you the nuance of who you're taking a picture of with. But if that's too complicated, just go straight to the tripod and do take picture of. All the sims will gather right in front of the tripod and just take a picture right there.
I love it.
How many?
So we can pose single sims, we can pose paired sims.
How many?
More than that.
That's it, right? We can
No,
just-
that's not it.
That's
But
not-
let-
okay.
let's come
All
back to
right,
that because
all right.
I need something else for that. But first, let's show what we can do with those photos. I've taken them all.
How
These guys are
many?
done. Back out here, turn the lights back on. Turn on.
Baby,
all lights.
oh wait.
All right. So if you've used photography before, the photos show up down here in your inventory. Let me get a wall up. You can take them, you drag them onto walls.
Jenny's like, shut up.
This goes into a little bit more of a free update we have as well. We gave you guys new frames.
Yes.
You
So this went out with the
I
latest
don't know.
patch.
Some people said there's only 3.
So you can load up your games right now. You should be able to change these frames into some new colors.
Yeah, actually, a personal win for me and Joel is that you used to be able to add frames here, but you couldn't change the color without going into build by. We now gave you the pie menu option. You can now update your frame. You can choose different colors.
Yeah.
You see we have red.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go through
probably.
these.
Again, it just makes it quicker because when you have a bunch of photos,
there's
as
probably
a
so many
fashion
people in there
studio
tomorrow that
photographer,
won't
you're
see
gonna
my
end up with
comment.
Tons of these all over your wall, and I don't want to go into build by just to edit the frame. I just want to do it right
Anything
here
to
and there.
reduce a few clicks is always nice.
Trying to save you guys a couple clicks. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
George was like, it is annoying for me also, so we're like, what can we do? Let's make an interaction for it.
Yeah. And I think with the patch yesterday, you would have seen all these colors and stuff showing up. So
Yeah.
Right.
Enjoy that. Thank everybody who buys Moschino. Because
There was one other
they
thing
give
that
it a
came
quick
out with the
update.
patch, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, anybody who saw the Strangerville trailer
wait,
knew about
people are not
frames
excited
on tables.
There was frames on table in the
talking about?
Strangerville trailer?
There,
I didn't even know.
There may have been one that snuck through, and I think it was about time to actually make that real in-game for
Yeah.
everyone.
So you can now drag these onto surfaces, and they will pop down in the right size.
Look at that.
I love this. We saw this.
I
This is
love how
part of the
simple
new
it is.
update,
Just
so
live
anyone
drag
can
it.
have
You
this
don't
in
have
the
to do
frames
fiddle
for
with it.
free.
You just simple live drag it, place it where you want. It gets in the
Back and
right
forth.
size for you.
And
it
again, this is not part of the stuff pack. This is not part of Moschino's stuff pack, although it's going to be very useful in that stuff pack.
Yes.
But everybody has this now. So again, if you go in and load up your game,
There you go.
finally yours.
You
Again,
see
I
different
love this.
sizes. You will notice on some of the bigger ones, they size down to a
Medium.
surface.
Manageable.
Yeah.
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 You can see, again, not only did we stuff this stuff pack with a lot of stuff, but we also tried to stuff so much stuff into the base.
Oh, Francis!
So, like, it's gonna touch the top of the once again,
you're cute.
getting
Thank you,
into
my
the
love.
audience, welcome to you guys, so that it's worth it for people who still have access to photography, who haven't bought the stuff pack.
Yeah, I will say something that I saw Del caught that she thought was weird. But we left in, we know it's a little bit weird, but you can rotate photos. And they will rotate to size. They will stretch in there. We put this in there because you might not always be taking pictures of Sims that will look all weird. You might be taking pictures of landscapes or some odd piece of geometry. It's really up to you to use this to be creative.
And actually, it works really well with the other object that I see you have over there.
What, this? No,
Yeah.
no one cares about this. What's
and
this?
Yeah,
that
we
is,
wanna know about
a
that.
key object here. If you're going to have a lot of pictures and only displaying them in one frame, that seems a little ridiculous, right?
Love you,
Yeah,
Pope
so what else
Francis.
do we
Thank
have here,
you.
George?
So we have a frame where you can put 3 photos in.
Oh, look at that.
There it
Let me see if I have
is.
another medium photo.
This you need the pack for.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow, it just slide it right in there.
Wow. In the stream, we just got Steve really excited.
I was
off
like,
camera.
what is
He was
going
like,
on?
whoa.
That
I think
is
we just blew his mind.
special.
So I think this is like every family house hallway that's ever
That
existed.
literally is gonna go in all my
has, like,
hallways.
an entire wall.
So is it Monday yet? I know y'all are waiting for
If your mom is
Tuesday, but
anything like my
I'm gonna
mom,
be
she
playing
has
with
one
you
of
on
these for her
Monday. I
child
get
to
early
just
access.
show off.
So.
Hey, here's him doing all these things. Here's her doing all these
I
things.
can't wait.
We actually, I have 2 kids that are a little older than toddler age, but we actually have like the 20 picture frame for when they go in school.
Yeah.
And like, of course we have 1 picture in there and like 19 empties.
I'm going to go over here because Bella stopped by earlier and keep talking about photos.
Oh, yeah,
So we
yeah.
added more over here.
So
This
you've been
is a
doing
big
some work.
stuff pack.
I
got
did
a
a little bit of
gallery
work there,
going
right?
Ooh, big
So
stuff
showing off
pack.
things, alternately taking photos over there. Bella, she stopped by for her fashion shoot. You know, just some general shots.
I love
here.
all the pictures they were
I think
taking.
this is really nice, right? So
Ooh, look at
I'm
Bella
really
with her
excited
hand
to
on
see
her
if
hips.
people
That one
actually
looks
create
so
galleries in their house
good. Oh my
for
god.
photography careers, because I
That's
think
what
it's
I
really
end up
nice.
doing. Yeah.
But I created this wall over here I wanted to show people because I think it's really cool. It also shows a new type of frame we also have.
So this is a frame that
Yeah.
currently nobody knows about. This was
Yeah.
in the trailer, but you really wouldn't know what it is. It just
So-
looks like a frame, right?
So
Yeah.
what are we at here? I think this is 3 gameplay objects now. I feel like
I
3.
think this is the
I
3rd,
think
yeah.
this is the 3rd.
Yeah.
So what is this one, George?
This, let me get it, let me make sure I got the stuff. It's a digital picture frame.
Digital picture frame. What does a digital picture frame do?
Well, do I need to explain to you?
You definitely have to explain it to me. I've worked on so many objects on this pack. I forgot what they all do.
Yeah. So these picture frames, well, I'm gonna put this on speed 3. They will. You can put
Congrats,
these up.
George.
They sort of got a little illuminated look to them, but they will start. I put multiple ones in here, right?
That's fun.
There you go.
Yeah, so these digital picture frames, it's basically like they can hold multiple photos and then cycle through them.
Yeah, and you can adjust the speed on it. So you want it to change every 6 hours, every 3 hours.
Oh, I wish it was instant, but that's
so
still kind of cool.
They'll start cycling through. Yeah. It's just a small little thing. If you don't have a lot of wall space, but you have a lot of photos, you can drop your photos in this, and they'll cycle out as your sim plays, and you can adjust that speed.
This is really important because, again, when I was working on this stuff pack...
Oh, it's every in-game hour, though, so I guess it will be relatively quickly then.
I have more than 150 photos. When you have more than 150 photos and you love all of those photos, you're going to want to display them. So the digital picture frame allows you to have access to place them all in one area and just throw them all up. I think each individual frame has its own inventory also.
It's the horizontal ones have a shared inventory, and the vertical ones have a shared inventory.
So anything you put into those inventories will go to all digital photo frames.
Yeah, so if I look at the 2 landscapes here and I look at manage photo inventory, I can see here that I have 3 photos, and that's what's in there. But
okay, that's really cool.
These are all Bluetooth linked.
Bluetooth.
So
Is it Wi-Fi or Bluetooth?
It's SimFi, you know.
SimFi. There you go. SimFi. Yeah, there you go. Cool. But if I turn these on, it'll turn. It'll all use.
It is good for 100 Baby Challenge. I know. I kind of wish we could start.
It got dark here, so that's why it's a new stuff. But there it goes. There we go. As you can see.
So they're gonna start. Yeah,
you got these really cool walls.
Yeah, the thing that I like to do is I like to just drop a ton of pictures into these frames, and then I offset the time delay from all of them, so they're not all switching at the same time, and I get this nice variety of pictures that are kind of.
We could, Sarah. That sounds like a lot of work, though.
Yeah. Oh, she did pee herself. Sorry, guys. I was not paying attention to.
You do.
That is super unexpected.
Oh man.
And you know. Peed herself in the Moschino sweatshirt. That's terrible.
I love something like this because it's so good for game players, and it's so good for builders too. So it doesn't matter whether you build or gameplay. This is gonna change the photos for everybody.
So forever, we've been building really beautiful worlds. If you guys played in Brindleton Bay, if you played in Sulani, a lot of times you want to go take photos in the real world. But your Sims, when they take pictures together, are sort of locked at a distance. Now, if you've taken photos in the real world, you know that sometimes you want to pose someone out on a ledge. Now you can do that. And let me show you how we do that using our new objects. So,
did you say you could pose someone on a ledge?
We're here. This is actually a world from Get Famous. I blanked on the name.
Del Sol Valley.
Del Sol Valley,
yes.
I did. No. And there's a great view, especially at night. But what I'm going to do, because I don't want them to stand here, is I'm going to walk over here as the photographer. I've got my photo mark in. I'm going to drop it in the world. Did she drop it? She dropped it over the edge, so I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to come over here because I want to get some distance of a good view. I'm going to drop off my... here we go. Put that down. Let's ask Alton to pose.
This isn't even on a lot, right? This is just anywhere in the world that they feel like. Because I'm pretty sure this is not an editable lot.
You can click on that X mark as the photographer
life-changing.
And target other Sims to do it, or you can just tell your own Sim to go on there and wait, and then switch over and use your photographer.
And so I'm taking a picture of
I just want to take pictures now. Let's do a whole stream doing nothing but taking pictures.
And this is going to allow me to get a much bigger view of the city.
Now because we've unlocked the camera once again, you can get up and close to them and get the angles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Again, the thumbnails are going to be ridiculous.
Which I should have planned better.
Kind of, Sarah. You'd have to make a painting and then put the painting into the world.
We have so many amazing worlds. Our art team, our environment team does such an amazing job at making these worlds that it felt criminal to not allow you to take pictures of those. Like they look so beautiful.
Insane.
That your Sims.
He's very excited. He met a celebrity.
Think of all the beautiful Sulani backdrops.
So this was a big ask that we.
So you don't even need to put a Sim there. We could just go around Sulani and take pictures of like the scenery, the waterfalls, the beautiful trees, the statues, and make our own custom wall art now.
I'm really excited to see what you guys actually make. I'd love to see on Twitter because had a lot of fun just doing it, but I'm not creative at all, so I want to see what actual creative people do.
Yeah, last count you were somewhere over 200 photos in your inventory.
Yeah, I just take so many photos in this pack.
George, I like how you're doing the 2/3 like rule.
Oh, yeah.
Just like naturally. I don't know.
I do it naturally.
Yes,
yeah, it's okay, everybody. 2/3 rule.
Yeah, guys.
It's great. Always put the subject's eyes, at one of these points. It's really good. Creates interest.
So
leading lines suck in this, but whatever.
Another thing I wanted to show here on the tripod,
it's
George,
pretty
is
cool.
the take picture with. One of the big asks that Sims or players have had in Sims is how
I like
I
the
get a
fade
picture
in and
of
fade
my
out too.
Sim with someone else.
So I'm out here. I want to do a selfie, right? Let's do a take picture with. So now my two Sims can take pictures together.
Yeah, Kaden, we need to do that. We need to do an Explorer Let's Play.
They're gonna get up. They're gonna try to
an
get
Explorer photographer. That's what I'm gonna do.
I love this because this actually shows off something the other one didn't. Our touching poses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See,
we have a lot of touching poses.
I don't know. Alton does not like this photo.
Not happy.
There you go. Now that's better.
I might have been in one of the gloomy movies.
So again, each of the pose categories should have a good variance in it for each multiples of Sims.
That's
way,
the photo.
I like that one. So again, we're trying to add as much
Stealing your idea,
variance to it
Kaden.
as we can, so you guys can just keep going and keep making the photos that you want. There's a lot.
Anniversary, couple, wedding poses.
So,
oh my God, you could literally make a whole Let's Play where your Sim's just a wedding photographer.
As seen on TV, that's not all, right?
That's not all.
But wait, there's more.
There's more.
Let's put this in inventory. I'm gonna go home. So I'm gonna invite over some of Mara's friends because there's another thing I want to show.
We're gonna invite a little group over.
Yeah. So Mara knows a family who lives down here in Del Sol Valley. Let's call them up and invite them over. Invite to hang out at the current lot. Let's get the family over.
Oh, please tell me I can take a picture. Prom poses, yeah.
And with toddlers.
So once again, Strangerville threw out there a 3 Sim photograph, which our previously didn't really support. So now we can actually support up to 3 Sims in the tripod with the stage marks and with the just normal
3.
tripod.
Okay, it is only a 3 limit.
They did say they're coming over, right? I didn't get. Oh, yeah, everyone's coming over. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited. There was a picture that went out a couple of years ago that was just kind of an artistic render, where we kind of showed a mom and a dad holding a toddler. And up to this point, it wasn't actually something that you could do in game.
We didn't really support it.
We didn't really support it.
I mean, it wouldn't stop you from just telling us to go stand there, though,
Until
right? They wouldn't pose.
We really should, and so it felt like if we're going to touch photography,
how are you going to take
support this
family pictures unless you can actually take pictures of your family?
So we tried to frame a lot of the gameplay in these photo gigs for the career around not just high-end fashion photography, but you're also taking pictures of variance in age. So that means you got to get pictures of your family too.
Toddlers walk so slow.
What you could do, though, is you could put 3, 3, and 2.
Here's a question. Can you take a picture of yourself on the stage marks?
You can. Well,
can you take a picture of yourself on the stage mark? I don't think you actually can, because you can't meet those 2 constraints. You have to only do the take picture with yourself, which requires you to actually walk out. So that's the one thing that we don't support.
I mean, obviously, there's still the take selfie interaction, so you can still take selfies, but not on the stage mark.
And again, I love the ability to live
maybe
drag. So we tried to make all this stuff live draggable. So again, you don't have to go into build by to like mess with some of this stuff, because it didn't really feel like that was intuitive. If you're doing things on the fly,
I love the cotton candy backdrop.
On the fly,
yeah, that's what I was trying to say, Sladen. You can do 3, 2, and 2, and then take all 3 of those and put them in the 3-frame photo and get the whole family in a 3-frame photo, but not all in the same shot.
I have a toddler here. That's why this unlocks.
So that's a new interaction.
Yep.
So you're going to select
choose the dad. Yep.
And then the toddler to pick up.
Cute.
Both will come on over and get ready for their picture.
Cute.
Toddlers. We need to put them on skates.
They just kidnapped that toddler. They're asking to burn pictures.
Okay, I did not kidnap the toddler. This is a really long lot, and toddlers walk really slow.
What did you do to that toddler?
I'm on the mark. Oh well.
It's okay. You got the picture there behind him. It's almost like you planned this.
Like
so,
picture on picture.
As you can see, we don't have a bunch of
really
categories here. Obviously, there's no flirty.
No flirty.
no flirty
pose with my toddler. Good.
But there are different poses, and there's not as many. But as you rotate through them, you'll see You know, it's random.
It's
Whatever you
about
want to
2
do.
or 3. There it is.
Aww.
So we tried to spend our budget wisely.
As you can see, I was practicing this
pose.
pose earlier on the wall.
If modders
So when you were
can make this
clicking on the
have different
tripod to do
poses,
the
that
take
might be something to
picture pairing,
consider.
there was a grayed out interaction
Which one?
that definitely interests me. What's
With
that one
this?
on the bottom?
Pet,
with
pet,
pets?
pets.
Yeah.
There's no one around to photograph.
There's no,
Me
there's
and
no
my two
pets around the
cats.
photograph.
I'm cheating.
Luckily, we can cheat.
I'm gonna cheat. Don't look. Create a pet. Now, I will say we can't do it with just big dogs. You can do it with small dogs.
You can't do it.
You can do it with big dogs.
Can we do it?
You
Oh,
can
this
indeed.
one.
Wow.
Okay.
We support big and small pets.
You're that positive. Just
that
doing it live. Wow.
There we go. Afghan hound.
Oh yeah.
I want
You
the
know what?
developers'
I'm going to
cheats.
put another one because I do want to get... Although you do need pets for this. We'll say
Yes,
that.
so you
I
will
want the
need
developers'
caveat.
cheats. Look, they could
You will
create
need
a
the
fire, a
pack
puddle.
Expansion
design.
pack.
But,
Cats and dogs would be
again-
required for cats and dogs pictures.
If we're talking about taking pictures of your family, and we're including toddlers, and if we arbitrarily said pets aren't part of your family, I feel like there might be an outcry.
Pets are part of your family,
So we
for
wanted to
sure.
include that also. So we tried to include the ability to take pictures of large pets and small pets.
Did anyone else like
Fortunately,
not
we
expect
couldn't get
any
a
of
picture
this?
hamster. I know
I'm
many
shocked.
of you want pictures with your hamsters. Yeah.
I really didn't
I
expect
worked
any
on
of
that
this.
pack. I also wanted to support that. I got to squash on it. I'm sorry. Maybe next time.
Unless it's a dead ghost.
Yeah, that's fine. Dead ghost pictures are fine. That's normal.
I wanted to be able to pose with my goldfish, but they said no for other reasons.
In a table.
All right. Let's get Alton here. He'll be our test subject. Oh, I know.
Cinderella Mouse says you tried, Joel.
I did.
Right.
I really did.
There we go.
I can't imagine anyone saying anything bad about this in the Sims chat.
Pet. Choose Alton here. Let's choose
You can do photos with your favorite cat.
Chester.
That's a good cat name.
All right.
Yeah, cat pics.
No.
Not weird at all. Sim Guru
I'm
Sarah.
more worried.
She's a
Wow, call her out.
Aww.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what cats look like when you take pictures.
That is exactly what I don't know why I'm doing this, but I guess it was okay.
Yep. There we go.
I'm done. I want that in every wall of every house in every room.
Man picture with him with his cat. I think that's that,
That is
right
that
there.
one right there, yeah.
All right,
I know.
100%.
A
He looks
chat
so scared,
caption
I
this
love
photo.
Seriously.
If this isn't worth $10, I don't know what is.
And they work with all, cats and the dogs.
If this isn't worth $10, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And that was really
That was more entertaining than a trip to the movies.
You know, people want to take pictures with their pets. Same with large dogs. People want pictures with their large dogs.
Asparagus.
These
That is a great name.
These are
That
the little
was the-
things that I'm hoping players see as a.
I'm gonna be a fashion pet photographer. I'm gonna put pets in different pet clothes and take pictures of them.
I know people actually really care.
We have a little taco cat, a little unicorn dog, a little lion cat running around.
Let's take your photo.
Every wall.
Doing it. Waiting. Someone is trying to.
Oh no! That's the thing is when you introduce pets.
Maybe a
into
pet
workplace,
photographer. I'm writing that
no
down
one
too.
can- Everybody is wants to pet the pet.
They're all trying to take care of the pet.
Oh my god, you can
Oh.
run a vet clinic and have this in your vet.
Yeah.
And whenever you treat a patient, you could take a picture of a
She
little
may have
puppy or
broken
kitty
it.
and put it on your
Here's the
wall and
reason
be
that
like,
she
here's
is
our
the
patients of
public
the week.
Okay, so we have
I'm writing these down.
the tripod, the stage marks, the new backdrop of 3.
Oh, that's why the family was there.
The digital photo frame.
Make a whole pet
large
photographer
photo
studio.
frame. That's 6, I believe we're up to now. Wow, that's a pretty good amount of objects in a stuff pack.
Yeah, I think so, Villoniata.
think we
I'm not
were.
sure though.
I'm gonna inadvertently.
It's all going. What is he doing?
I think they only pose if you use the marker. You don't have to use the marker. That's just to make it easier.
And people always ask why
Alton,
we don't give
get
them
your dog.
dev sheets.
Dev sheets are a little dangerous.
They're dangerous.
They're a little dangerous.
Oh,
But overall,
Console,
I mean,
I think the 23rd.
I hope you can see this is, to use your terminology, a stuffed stuff pack.
Right.
We tried to really hit all the angles. We didn't want to just overload on casts. We didn't want to, not do any gameplay.
I know,
think
right?
You're gonna find once you
the
pick up this
Moschino
pack
part
and
of the
load it
stuff
in,
pack is very
there's a
minimal.
good selection of cast items. There's a
look at
really
the dog
good
sticking his
selection of
tongue
build-buy
out.
items, and the gameplay is deep.
Yeah, forget the
a lot
sim.
of
Just get the
gameplay
picture of
here,
the dog.
regardless of whether you want to use the fashion freelancer career or not.
That's key here. All of this stuff is just tied to the tripod object. You don't need to be a fashion photographer.
Oh, September
you don't need to
3rd.
even touch the freelance career. If you just want to take
Really?
really good photos,
I
just
thought
go
it
in
was the
build bag,
23rd.
grab a tripod, throw it down, and start taking good photos.
Yeah.
The career I literally put in there to teach you how to use these systems.
Yeah.
In theory, if you watch this live stream, you probably don't even need that career, but it's there for you if you want.
One quick housekeeping note on that is that I never gave Alton the career, so I want to tell you guys, if you need to figure out how to find this career, you can call up for it, or you can hit join a career. It is under the freelancer career category.
Bam. Freelancer.
So freelancer, this is where you see now.
You see now there's digital artist, fashion photographer, programmer.
Nice, Kaden.
And so when you get it, you're going to get called for an agency. You choose Tomorrow's Style. They're the agency that hires you for these gigs.
Okay.
And some of them are, they will ask you in very, very particular terms what they want. So you need to pay attention to the gig text when you're taking the gig. It will tell you what type of sim. It'll say if it's a child, an adult, or whatever. It'll say what they need to be wearing, if they need to be wearing formal, everyday, or any of those outfit types. And it will also tell you what type of pose. So you have those 3 different things that the gigs are going through.
Yeah, and as Joel said earlier,
so you can do it for
you're
money
never
as a
going to be
career, or you can just
requested
do it for
to put
fun.
your sim in a specific
Bye,
piece of
Ella.
clothing. It's always going to be a specific category and a specific pose. So it's up to you as the photographer to find out, or to determine, to define what clothes within that category
That's his formal outfit,
is going
really,
to make the
Sims.
perfect picture for you.
Hi, puppy.
So we never did finish this gig. I just remembered.
George would do.
We still need to take a photo of a sim in formal wear.
He's formal wear. He's not wearing any formal wear. So we're going to put him in formal
Let's get
wear
some
real
formal
quick.
wear on the sim.
I mean, it's
Formal wear.
almost his birthday
See if we
suit.
can actually finish the gig here.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna.
I really want to see Izzy
This is
come over.
one of my favorite outfits.
That's formal, right? Yes, it is. Let's get that one.
Okay, I thought they were going to leave him in his skibbies.
He's got a formal wear hat.
There's a couple of these hairs.
Yeah, it can't be on the same day, Jackie. They have to have a week in between, a few weeks in between to get certain clearance from like Microsoft and PlayStation. It's not the Sims' fault. It's a restriction on
Okay,
consoles.
he looks good. He's going shoeless. He's a beetle right
he's
now.
a good
I like
sim.
the
What
slick
was
back hair with the shaved sides without the man bun on the
Right,
back. That reminds me of like my high school days.
Yeah.
That's like to date myself. That's like mid '90s style right there.
Yeah.
You were the coolest if you could have that.
Let's give him some.
What color? What color? Yeah.
No, that's not too red. Do blue.
Oh yeah, you could change the lighting. I forgot.
There
That's
we
kind of
go.
cool.
Just to
Turn off the Turn off all the lights in the room and then do the blue. I like the backdrop, just to show you guys how cool this can look. Go turn off all lights, and then do the and now take your picture. That's how. Oh, you gotta put that one.
No, you know what? I'm gonna set the intensity down on this one. Sorry. There you go.
Yes.
Then it
Now
just
get your picture.
Shows the.
So this is just going to show you how, again, how much variance you can get with these pictures. Like,
This is
I'm really excited to see what creativity
life-changing.
you guys have because
And yeah, the lights I believe are live draggable and inventoryable
They
as
are.
well, so you can take them out with
I
your
chose a
tripod.
really bright background, so I'm gonna change that. Yes. You
Yeah,
can grab
George
these
is a
as well.
photographer on his spare time, which you probably couldn't tell from these pictures.
Oh. We're gonna do.
I wanna
the
see
city
rainbow.
skyline. Like
I wanna
that
see
one.
rainbow.
there you go. That one's nice. I love the cityscape. You'll see on my Twitter profile. That's the one I use.
I only take so many photos of my sim self.
Oh, you're reading chat.
I'm reading chat, Steve. We're probably not going to go dive back into CAS deeper. There's going to be a lot of videos coming out that's going to go through every piece in there. We really wanted to focus on the gameplay that people may not have been exposed to yet, so that's kind of what we're spending our time on today.
Yeah, that is a good looking picture.
It's a night on the town right
It
there.
is.
I like that. Ooh,
I'm gonna do
this side. That's good too.
This is so
It
cool.
is. Thanks.
Look,
Thanks,
This
Joel.
guy's got some photography skill over here.
I know. I like how you just like naturally are always 2/3, getting some background, getting that negative space.
Like none of my pictures are gonna be this good.
Pictures, you work on this pack more and more.
True.
George's passion is probably also why he neglected to cover one of the deco items, which is the lens.
Oh yeah, the lens. The lens looks really cool too.
Go show us the lens, George.
He's like, I'm busy taking pictures. Leave me alone.
The lens doesn't have a lens cap.
It doesn't have a lens cap, and it really bothers George.
It's gonna get dusty.
It's gonna get dusty. It's gonna get scratched.
Mess up it. Yeah,
do not do this with your lens. It's fine. I'll show you the lens. Okay.
You completed that test. Now you're gonna have to meet with the style. Let's show the lens, and then we'll meet with the style.
And by the way, super small thing, but I absolutely love the little trunk table.
I do too, right?
I really like it.
I like when we get a chance to use other things as tables that aren't just a freaking.
Again, hits that like super industrial workshop kind of vibe.
Over here are two items I do really like, which is this little wall hanger. This is fantastic.
Cool. I thought that was a clothing rack at first, but it's got little
these are gels. You put these on front of the
tripods.
Get color light. You get a reflector over here, also sort of probably a softbox lens. Sorry, you guys don't care about that. Whatever. It looks pretty. Photographers like
authentic.
it. Yeah. But then you get this, which is fantastic, and I would totally have this around, except you don't put lenses like that with your lens exposed, because then dust gets on it and it gets scratched, and then photographers' eyes bulge out.
It'd be great for a streaming room.
Okay, yes, right. That's right. I got some support in chat. So don't do that with your lenses.
All right, you ready to meet with the style influencer?
Yes, let's do that.
I want to see some Iggy.
Rant off. Yes. I call them up through here, right? Or do I put
is there really more? This is crazy. Oh my gosh.
George is off the rails.
See how much that lens frustrates me. I gotta set this the right way because I.
Oh no! Actually, it's not on the computer. You already chatted with him. It's in your rail panel.
Oh yes, because he's my friend now.
So you will notice.
Oh, you can invite him over.
Yeah, in your rail panel now, you should see an Izzy or a style influencer.
It would be funny if they did like a Snapchat type thing.
Style influencer interaction.
Or if they had like Instagram filters.
Invite him over.
So now the dog wants to go. Okay, whatever.
So this is going to start a new event.
That's perfect. So you gotta get a picture of that right there.
All right. So this is.
That'd be fun, Kaden.
We already shipped a style influencer career.
Hi, Tabby.
We wanted to plug into that career. It felt like if we're going to have a fashion photographer career, it would not make sense to never interact with a style influencer. They go hand in hand.
Ione, you're so right. Oh my god.
Interacting with one. Now it will be. Any style influencer in your game, so it can be one that you created on your own household lot, or it'll be one that the game has already generated if there is not one.
Yeah, so basically if I was playing in this world with another character that Mara knew that was a style influencer, she could be talking to them, right?
Yep.
I mean, I chose Izzy, but, you know.
If you guys have any other ideas, let me know. I'm going to be playing with this pack this weekend and making videos for YouTube for Monday.
Objectives here, like this one is present
the event name? What event name, Valonia? I must have missed that.
Style influencer. Really, it's just to tell that story of I'm interacting with this style influencer, and he's helping me figure out how to get the best photos I can get for what's going on.
I've been taking a lot of pictures using the Realm of Magic pack. That's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Shall we go into that? Should we just start demoing that and talk about that now?
Yes.
I would, but I think we're
Don't tease us.
Oh, are we out of time?
Yeah,
I'm sure Sim Guru Lindsay is somewhere yelling and throwing coffee at the screen.
Oh, but you know, the taking pictures.
You managed to just like pull out a werewolf picture. We need to look really well and see if there's a werewolf picture.
It's a pretty looking back.
You might say that magical pictures.
Oh, magic.
You see what I did there?
You might say that.
They're so bad.
Funny. I would not say that.
Hit Alt Tab, see if you
That
can
is
answer
a
any of
great
these.
picture.
Whoa, how
rapid-fire
big can you make
questions.
that?
Can you resize the digital frames?
Can you resize? I mean,
with a cheat.
With a cheat, yeah, sure.
Zaleria has a question. I don't answer questions from her.
Oh.
Are there any upgrade options on the digital photo frames? No, I don't believe there's any upgrades.
Yeah.
Can you show female
So
class
we don't
objects?
answer questions from her.
Not today, but it's going to be a
Good to
couple
know
of
I'm
days.
not the only one they're mean to.
You're going to run the gauntlet there.
You guys should follow Zelria. We love her.
There's plenty of. I mean, it's a
stuff pack.
It's a stuff
Like,
pack.
I feel
that's
like-
all
Can
about
you-
a fashion
This is my
brand. So
tribute to
yes,
Chad.
yes.
I feel like
thing
people
real
are.
quick and make 3 simple
Whenever I tell Ninja I want something, he goes, "Oh, you want it? Okay, then we're definitely not putting it in the game."
Yeah. Well, I think Izzy's here.
Get to your
I
marks.
can't see it.
Yeah, ask Izzy to pose on
They
me.
gotta tease us a bit,
Can
I
you take
guess.
pictures of Sims while they're sitting?
Ah, Zelria
Do not
modes,
take
nice.
pictures of Sims while they're sitting. Oh, Izzy, no.
I mean,
You need more Sims.
it's the same functionality.
Oh,
as it's always
Simarchy
been there.
wants
You can
it.
have a
Take it
Sim
off the
sit and do
list.
a take photo, not take photo of, but take photo, and obviously you can target the camera towards them. But there's no like posed sitting
When
pictures.
they're all in there, do they take pictures?
Do vampires show up in pictures?
I think they do.
They do.
It's a great question.
We got special lenses.
Vampires didn't show up in pictures historically because it was film. Everything's digital now. Even our non-digital cameras are digital.
We have special lenses that don't get dusty.
So vampires do show up in pictures.
Is that other sim posing? I'll make sure that other sim is posing on the mark.
I think she's on her way.
And people want to know, like, how do you submit your photograph?
Once you have taken a photograph, on the photograph there will be an interaction under the Freelancer Pi menu, excuse me, that says submit for approval.
And it'll usually take a little time.
We knew that was going to happen at some point.
It takes a little time, so once you submit the photo for approval, it'll take a day or so for it to come back into your mail if it was approved or not.
I really wanted to show this off. This is 3 sims posing independently of each other on the stage marks. You'll notice the stage marks disappear in your picture. You'll notice that they each choose a different pose.
But the poop doesn't.
The poop doesn't. The poop stays. But if you keep randomizing, you'll also see they change location in the picture too, I think.
I kind of like that he's not wearing shoes.
No, I think that goes when we... That's the other version.
Oh, that's the other version. You're right.
Because this, they stay...
They have to
you
stay
wanted
on the
a
stage
mark,
mark.
yes.
Right.
Because this gives you the control if you want them in specific poses. Oh, they're sad. I guess
you chose sad, right?
We're going flirty. There you go. So you got some photos there.
So hopefully
I'm like so intrigued by
that is a good enough rundown on what is offered in the pack. Like I said, there's bare minimum 6 gameplay objects. There's actually more. We also added skill books for photography. So now if you don't want to use a tripod and you still want to get around those skill gates, there is a skill book that you can buy that comes with this pack that gives increases that skill. What was the other object? There's one more object. I think there's actually technically 8 objects in this pack. Depending on how you count, since the book kind of isn't a new object.
This is where they switched.
Wow. There we go. It's so cute. Look at them.
So they're not running out of time here.
Right?
Kane is coming out to pull us off. I hope this was a good, quick kind of look and some insight into, Moschino's stuff pack. I hope we've piqued your interest. I hope you want to know more.
It's been a long while since we had stuff packs. We're happy to bring this back.
Yes, you can take pictures of children if you're asking. Yeah. You can take pictures of toddlers. We
even have gigs for that.
Yes, we even have gigs for taking pictures of children, and I think we might have one for toddlers. So all of the age groups are supported in this one.
Yeah, so please hit us up on Twitter, SimGuru Ninja, SimGuru Mr. E, SimGuru George. Yep. Let us know what your feedback is, questions that you might have, things that you didn't see that you'd like to see in the future. What are you guys thinking? We'd like to hear from you.
We had some great support, like Holly BB, Dr. Ashley. They loved it since they even saw the collection come out from Moschino. I hope they're happy with this one. But
I hope so too.
When's it come out?
Tuesday.
We'll have it Monday.
Yes.
You can watch me play it on Monday if anybody wants to come back for that.
I don't know when it...
a month later.
It says it on the trailer.
It says it on the trailer.
It says it on the trailer. We did. Yeah.
It comes out a month later.
So Tuesday the 13th is when this is coming out on PC Mac, and I want to say it's roughly a month. It might be like 3 weeks later is when console's coming out. September... No.
I'll be posting pictures of
September 3rd
in the lead up to the release, since I have
September 3rd.
So many.
Thank you, Z-Man.
Looks like a horror
September
trailer.
3rd is the actual PC release date.
No, that's the console release date.
Okay.
Oh.
We live here, so we don't see the sun. We don't see the calendar. It's just we have no.
They never let the gurus leave the studio. You might pre-order this, really? You can see picture section coming up with Sims posting in front of their own photos. Yeah, I mean, that could be another way to get your whole family in one picture.
Absolutely. I don't think a lot of people know about
George, SimGuru Ninja, and I can't remember the one in the middle.
All the pictures you take with this system, they all go into your screenshots folder.
So they go in your screenshots. That's cool.
Also,
perfect for thumbnails.
So please look for them there and start posting them, because I want to see them all.
Me too, Sarah.
Oh man, I forgot. This was the beginning of stream. This has been a long stream for stuff.
Yeah, you guys took a lot. Did a lot.
Steve's angry. He wants us to leave. He's hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm not. I'm just saying there's a deadline. You guys have passed that deadline.
Okay.
You know what you could do is send them out on some new music.
Yeah, new music.
That's
Was this an hour and 13 minute stream?
We stuffed this stuff pack. We stuffed this stream.
Oh man. Let's see. What's our new music here?
We're whispering.
Pop Station.
On the Pop Station, at the very bottom, we have.
Well, I gotta get back to work, guys.
Oh man.
Goodbye, Joel.
I'll
Deltac, thank you for the raid. Oh my god.
Cool.
Okay, now that
Bye, everybody.
now that we're off, let's start Realm of Magic.
Let's,
yeah.
oh, it's already on here, right?
No! Oh my god, that was so good. I wrote put hearts in the chat for the gurus. Lovely presentation. I was like so quiet and so intrigued the whole time. Deltac, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Thank you for sharing the love. Guys, can we get a shout out for Deltac? Thank you, Sarah. Guys, go follow Deltac. We just watched the Sims live stream. We're quaking and shaking and shook. Yeah, they were messing with us. Hi, Doggo. Thanks for coming with the raid. Welcome, raiders. For anybody new here, my name is Stephanie. I'm also known as Simarchy. I'm a mermaid obsessed with The Sims. I love seahorses, unicorn. Oh, but wait, there's more. What are they doing? What are they doing? What? Are there any hints? Go back. Go back. You're playing The Sims? Awesome. We are playing the 100 Baby Challenge. We took a little break to see the Sims stream. I'm so excited. Wow, this is going to be such an intense pack. Don't forget, guys, if you want to see anything specific, let me know now. I'll actually be playing with the pack all weekend. I will have some videos coming out for you on YouTube on Monday, and then I will be streaming the pack early access on Monday as well.